Welcome everyone. Are we live now? Is it working? Okay. Sometimes YouTube just takes a little moment to load the page. So here I am now. First things first, let's see if Nightbot is awake this morning. And after that, we will get started. I have a lot of things to do today. You see this? This is a zombie kitty. You can see them on my thumbnail as well. I have to make 3 of these in Red Heart Super Saver. This is Bright Stripe. A lot of people confuse it with Neon Stripe. This one is Bright Stripe if you want to buy it. It's on Amazon and it's on other sites as well. Probably on Yarn Inspirations if you're in the US, but in Canada it's hard to get that. So I just get it on Amazon. I get jumbo ones, like the very big skeins, and I get 2 of them for 26. So it's a little bit expensive, but like for me, it's the most worth it way of getting it, and like it's a pretty unique color. And I know that I think Premiere has one that looks like it, and now Hirschner's does, but they're both more expensive to get there than from just and even on Walmart, they're quite fairly priced, but the shipping is more expensive on Walmart than Amazon. If I spend $35 on Amazon, it's free. But to meet the requirement for that for Walmart, I think it's like $50 or even more, possibly. Let's just go on with the links. If you, I'm a disabled crocheter. I can't get a normal job. I have a lot of social problems and things like that. And I also have chronic pain and things that prevent me from having normal job and just making a living. Even like crocheting and things. It gets tough at times, so I struggle to pay bills. If you want to help out with that, I have a fundraiser on my Ko-fi. Right now, I'm just panicking a little bit because I have a good amount of money for like necessities at the moment, but of course, I have to be careful with rent and whatnot. But I have a very big electricity bill, and I will have to squash that like as soon as possible because the date they're allowed to cancel me is approaching, and I think it's even past now. It's like March, the middle of March or something. But I have to pay like the whole thing very soon. So if anyone wants to help out with bills and whatnot, or just help me out a little bit so I can at least eat while I try to save as much money as I can, that would be really appreciated. There was a show I wanted to go to, but right now I still have COVID. I'm not sick that much anymore. I still have a tickle in my throat and I still cough just a little bit. There's a possibility that I might have been able to go, but right now the tickets are not really down to a fair enough price. And if they get that way before Sunday, I don't know if I would have gone, but that was something I was thinking about because I don't really go to that many shows. I've been to Skinny Puppy twice last year, and that's the only show I've seen in a few years. So, but yeah, I was just thinking about that. And yeah, I know that like bills and whatnot have to take precedent and whatnot, but I never buy anything for myself. Even the yarn I get, it's just for orders, so it's already paid for and it's for my business, but I never get anything for myself outside of that. So shows are really the only thing I've been doing. So, but if I'm still sick by then, I'm of course not gonna go. I'm gonna take tests and whatever, but that is just that if I manage to go, I don't know, that would be awesome. I think that the original price was like $70 or $75, something like that. And the other day it came very close, but unfortunately those were already sold by the evening, so I didn't even get a chance to assess if I wanted to buy them or not. Like, that would just be one, obviously, because I'm going by myself and not buying tickets for someone, but you know. And I'm not saying that I want people to sponsor my ticket, of course. Like, I'm definitely gonna prioritize the electricity bill, because you need electricity to live, basically, to do anything, to even use internet and go live. And as a small business, that's kind of a big necessity for me. So if you want to help out with that bill, that would be really appreciated. Everything on my Ko-fi link goes directly to my PayPal and then gets used to for rent, um, electricity, internet bill, food, like hygiene products, things that are essential, things like that. So yeah, I do have a little bit saved up, but like I said, that's not enough to pay the whole thing, and I still need to use a lot of it for food and whatnot. And also, the second link is my Etsy shop. If you want to buy plushies and things like that, I make a lot of them. I have other styles than the zombie cats available to say. I'm just saying that because I've had 4 orders in a row now that were just the zombie cats, and 3 of them were bright stripe, and another one was the Valentine's Day one. I still have to ship that, but it's hard right now. Sometimes I can get people to do it for me, but I still have to keep my distance and whatnot, so it's complicated. And I also have a lady supposed to come buy some of my thread, because I have 6 bobbins of DMC Pearl Cotton 5. So it's Pearl Cotton 5 in black and in white. So 310 is the black. In DMC, it's quite well known for that number. And the white is like B to 500 something. I'm not sure the exact number, but it's the one with the B in it. So she's coming for that. And hi, and welcome. How are you doing? We talked like 5 seconds ago, but yeah. So yeah, she's supposed to come for that this weekend. That is if I don't have COVID anymore, of course. But I am better. I'm doing much better. I'm not really fatigued as much anymore. I'm really tired, but I'm able to do stuff. And I just have like a little throat ache. Nothing too dramatic. I'm mostly just have a little bit of mucus in my throat, and that's why it's hurting. But like, I'm doing well. Still a bit of hydration helps, by the way. It helps even if you don't have COVID. Remember to hydrate. That's important, people. But yeah, this has been nightmarish. So I'm glad it's finally starting to settle down. I'm gonna be able to deliver things and ship things. Let's just wait for the fridge check to dry before I do anything. My nose is just like tickling right now. Christ. Okay. You're trying to clean your living space, but your brain and body are tired. I get that, Ian. Hopefully, you're able to do some of that. I gotta sneeze. I apologize. That's allergies, by the way. That's not COVID. And I know that because my palate is itchy. And itchy palate is like a very big symptom of allergies. Oh, okay. So yeah, yesterday I bought some good food and I got bacon for $4. That never freaking happens. So I ate bacon yesterday and now I'm using the bacon grease to make other foods because you do have to kind of keep everything like scraps of food and whatnot when you're struggling with income. So yeah. Someone is angry at me because I said people should use more headphones in public spaces. That's funny. Okay. Anyway, um, sometimes I receive things like notifications and messages and things and comments that are just like, but I thought that's what your post was about. People are so weird on social media. Yeah, yeah, it is. But it's because the person posted about that specific thing, but now they're angry at me for replying something that basically went along their post. Anyway, I'm at a loss. I don't want to try to understand. I don't have patience with people today. Just a fair warning. I'm not patient because I'm being taken advantage of in some areas, and like that frustrates me. So I'm kind of impatient today. So I'm gonna try to do my best. But yeah, and and three exact same cats. That's not what's making me impatient, by the way. Yes, I'm a bit like mad at that, but also I'm happy I'm getting orders again. So that's a good thing. And I'm well enough to work on them, so that's good. Also, I do like that this one starts with the purple instead of starting with the yellow because all the cat butts have been yellow, and that's like just always the exact same. And at some point, you get kind of burnt out from that. Let me just see. I want to see what the kitties look like. Yeah, one of them I made with the butt that was yellow, but then one yellow ear at the top, towards the top. I did that. And now I'm just gonna start this one differently. And hopefully the last one will be fine. The last one will be a bit different too. I would like it to start with the coral color. I'm not gonna lie, or maybe the pink. That would be pretty cool, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Oh yeah, the person was sitting down in the story I told. The person was sitting down in an airport watching videos like as loud as he possibly could, and I was just over there having a meltdown and having repeated panic attacks and crying my eyes out. The guy was just like up the volume, and no matter where the fuck I sat, I'm sorry, I shouldn't swear because of the algorithm and blah blah blah, but no matter where I sat in that stupid airport, I could only hear his videos. That's the only thing I heard. And I was just like, dude, buy headphones or lower your volume or some shit. I don't know, do something, but like, this is a public space. You're not the only person here. And, like, I was just having meltdowns. A meltdown and panic attacks. just one meltdown, a long meltdown. That was when I was in Calgary, actually. And while I was breaking apart, like my whole body was just breaking up with my brain. I feel like I was totally in a bad place. The I don't know that method. Let me know about it, because I don't know what that is. I might have heard of it, but I've not. I don't remember right now. Yeah, he was obnoxious. Yeah, it definitely is real. Especially like when you're already having meltdown or whatever, and just like the stimuli doesn't go away and you cannot escape it. That is like that's when it gets worse. That's when it gets worse because as a disabled person, people often criticize you for asking accommodations and not doing anything for yourself. But when you literally cannot escape the stimuli or go away, like personally, I can't wear noise canceling headphones because I have earwax issues, and it creates pressure in your ears when you're not able to hear a sound, because that's how they work. They create pressure around your ear. They create a tight seal, sort of, and that's how you're not able to hear noise. But that creates a vacuum, and that like brings out more wax, and it really hurts. So because of that, I cannot wear noise canceling headphones. They make me panic and they really hurt me. So like I was just trying to sit as far away from him as I could, but the whole hallway, like when you wait for your flight, or after a flight, you just like take a seat to wind down, charge your phone and whatnot. I was in that area, but the whole fridging area was filled with that guy's phone. It was only that you could only hear the videos being played, and like it was really loud. It was echoing also, and people were just like sighing loud and looking at him with a side eye, sort of. You know what I mean? And the guy was just like la 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 la. I'm watching everything as loud as I can. Anyway, he was just. I hate people like that. Oh, short timed portion. Oh yeah, I know what that is. I do that sometimes. I do like 5 minutes cleaning, then a break. Then 5 minute cleaning, take a break. 5 minutes, take a break. Things like that. But more realistically, like maybe 15 minutes or something at a time. But yeah, I do that too. Yeah, me too. I do short portions, and that's a little bit less overwhelming. And like people don't understand that when my roommate cleans, he gets really angry at me because I do one thing and I sit down, and he's like, "You're sitting down, blah blah blah, while I'm cleaning, blah blah blah." And I'm just like, dude, if I don't sit down, I'm not gonna be cleaning. I'm just gonna be crying. But yeah, it's an important accommodation for people like us. So I'm glad that's helping, Ian. I like doing that too, and hopefully like hopefully it stays that way. You know what I mean? Because sometimes one method starts being too much, and then you kind of have to change things around. That's what ADHD does. Sometimes it just messes with you. You find a method that works perfectly, and then after a while it stops working. But this one has been helpful so far, so I'm just hoping. Like I'll do things like I'll clean the bathtub. After that I'll do something else, and later on I'll do the floor, and then later on I'll do the toilet, and then maybe after that I can dust the cabinets, you know? just not all at once, because all at once is too stressful. It's too many steps. You have to get up, get a rag, get this and get that, do that. You have to displace the whole entire surface, like everything that's on the surface. You have to remove that if you're dusting, and that's like the worst thing ever for me is displacing things and replacing them after. I despise doing that, and so for me it's just really overwhelming to do. So I just do one thing at a time, and I take long breaks, and that's how I manage it. And like for neurotypicals, it's just like stop being a baby, just do the thing. But really, like that's not realistic for us, and we have to be gentle with ourselves, because there are things we cannot do that other people can, and it doesn't make us bad people. It just makes us different. We have different, as cliche as that sounds, our abilities are different, and we are disabled. So it's just, we're not bad people. We're struggling people, and the world sucks, and we work hard to be good people and to improve our lives and not suffer as much. We're not just lazy. We do a lot of mental health stuff that you wouldn't imagine. Because, like, things that are a given for you that you don't really have to work for. You're just, like, people who say things like, just don't be this way, then you don't have to actively not be this way. You're just not that way. So you can't imagine that a person struggles with those things. But we have to be mindful of our behavior at all times. We have to be mindful not to be accidentally abusive to others. And to you, that doesn't make sense, because you would be like, well, just don't yell at people. But if I get a meltdown, my brain does everything to fight me on that. My brain wants to yell at you at the top of my lungs, but I don't want to do that because that's abusive. And I don't want to scare you and like move frantically and misplace things and throw things and whatever, because that is scary, and that is like understood as abusive and aggressive, like by the general consensus on things. But if I'm having a meltdown, that goes out the window for me. So like I try to accommodate for that, and I try to take into account that it's gonna scare the shit out of you. I don't want to scare you. I don't want to hurt you. So I try to do my best to keep it down. Go to another room or do anything like that. That's like not gonna harm you actively. But that doesn't make me a bad person. I'm just struggling, and like people say, "Oh, you just have that in you. You're just a bad person then." But no, I struggle. You know, I actively want people to be safe, but my my brain doesn't. It seems like we have a lot of shame as neurodivergents because of things like that. We don't want to make people around us uncomfortable, but it keeps happening. I'm so glad it helps you. Too many steps. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Neurotypicals or something else. They're great, but yeah, with your depression, you don't have a lot of energy. I completely get that. Lazy, picky, or defiant. Oh, yeah, that one. Oh, no. We're so defiant. Yeah, borrow my hydration reminder. Please do it. By the way, I took that from Amanda, I think. Amanda has that on her channel, and I did that. I schedule it every 15 minutes, but sometimes it just falls asleep and it doesn't do it. Like sometimes Nightbot is just a rebellious little, you know the word. But yeah, I scheduled it to be every 15 minutes. But the one on Amanda's channel is a little bit different. She doesn't say dehydration, she says something else. But I took the idea because as neurodivergents, we often forget to drink water. I don't really forget because it's been ingrained in my brain since I was a child. My mom got me used to drinking a lot of water frequently. Sorry, I'm having struggles with speech right now because my nose is stuffy and my pronunciation and all is more off than it is usually. I'm so sorry about that, but yeah. Um. Oh yeah, I found an a-hole on the Skinny Puppy Facebook group this morning when I woke up, and I wanted to talk about that because it's a kind of a serious issue, but also the guy was just kind of being a stupid misogynist, but it's raising like more issues, to be honest. Let me just like finish this sequence of stitches before I do it. And I want to give you just a content notice before I talk about this. This is lightly gonna touch on eating disorders and size and things like that, body shaming. So if this is if something you struggle with, you might wanna mute me for a while. But I'm just gonna keep it light. But I just feel like some of those words might be a little bit intense. I'm sorry, I keep getting captured by the stitches. I'm just gonna finish this row and then I'll go ahead and talk about it. Mm, well, get some So basically, what was happening is someone was trying to sell a battle jacket kind of thing with a patch on the back, and they said it's a medium-sized men's medium, which is like okay, that's a regular size that exists and that people buy, and it exists in the world, you know. And that post got a few laugh reacts first of all, and one comment that indicated where the heck those laugh reacts came from. A guy said, and I kid you not, I'm gonna read it to you actually, just for the sake of accuracy. And it was deleted, and the person was kicked out for trolling. But I'm gonna read it to you. It's a very short comment, but it's quite nasty. So it went this way: medium, no grown man is a medium. Seriously? You worship a band in which the vocalist is as tiny as my finger. And no shame to Ogre, by the way. I think he looks great, obviously. If you don't know, I worship the heck out of Ogre, and I think he looks amazing. And I have a huge crush on him. So, like, it's just ironic because that guy worships a band in which the guy is very skinny, like probably wears a small, maybe a medium in some things. And you're just like, no one who wears a medium is a real man. What the heck is that supposed to mean? Like, that sucks. I'm sorry, but oh my. That got me. And I said, what the absolute F? I said that to the guy, but the comment got taken down, thankfully. You put on a reminder to avoid Yeah, I saw that. You said Nightbot read the room. Nightbot's reminder told you off, Ian. But yeah, that's just so misogynistic. And the thing about the sizes, and like, just because a grown man is thin or not muscular doesn't make it any less of a grown man. You might have, for example, but that happens with biological males as well. But imagine if a petite trans man is transitioning and like they've not bulked up, or they don't have the desire to bulk up. That happens sometimes. Not all trans men want to be super bulky and muscular, and that's okay too. But like, that's very difficult for a person to hear. You're not a real man unless you're that size. That's like, ugh, yeah. If real men are chubby, then I yes, 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 Ian, yes. But that guy was being just a shithead, basically. I'm gonna swear a little bit in this video. I apologize. I don't want to offend anyone. Well, no, I don't want to offend the algorithm. That's what I'm more worried about. Because in real life, I swear like a sailor. I'm a sailor, people. I just don't have the sails. But yeah, it's just like it's so shitty because that group is full of queer people of all sorts and young people that are like growing into adulthood and they're struggling with their body, and you're just out there going, not a real man. Not a real man. You know who's not a real man? The guy who's so worried about himself and so self-conscious that he feels the need to down other people for being thin. That's shitty. And that guy is a veteran of anything, and he keeps posting about it proudly, and he's like into he's a conservative basically, and all the blah blah blah, you know the type of guy. He's just being a nasty little troll, and that got taken care of. He was booted from the group, so everything was solved. But I was just like, what the fuck, man? What the you know. But I like what you said, Ian. That's great. But like, I wish people were more conscious of those things, because like, there's been a lot of talk about Ogre's size in that group, and people have been saying like very nasty and unsolicited things about him that have been like, oh, he's probably terminal, that's why he's so thin, and blah blah blah. And there has been a lot of talk about Ogre's health condition and whatever, and I just think that's so out of line. The guy has clearly struggled with mental health and food and whatever for a very long time in his life, and you don't know how those comments affect him. Even if, okay, the guy is putting himself out there. Obviously, he's the front man and blah blah blah, and that exposes him to words and things. But is that really an excuse? Like, can we just not be kind to people? And like, no one who's really concerned about Ogre is talking about his size. Nobody who's really concerned and cares about him is going, he's so tiny, he looks so sick. No. If you're concerned about him, you encourage him, you're behind him, you say nice things, you show you care, you express concern in a nice, harmless way. You don't say he looks like shit, because people have been saying he looks like shit. Ogre doesn't look like shit, people. You're just a shitty person, that's all. Yeah, people are, yeah, it's messed up. And we don't know what his health condition is. Like, he's in his 60s, he's in his early 60s, and of course his health is gonna be different than when he was a young man. Like, if you know Ogre anyway, he's had a bunch of injuries and things, he has chronic pain and whatever, he has a lot to deal with. And of course, as you age, that stuff kind of resurfaces if you're not like in a good, perfect health shape or whatever. You can't do anything about that. You're gonna have health issues as you grow old, even if you're perfect with your diet and whatnot. And just like, I don't think Ogre needs to hear those things. And it's hard for other people in the group as well, even if Ogre wouldn't care about that. Like, it's tough for other people who might be self-conscious, might be struggling with their weight, their health, or whatever. Just people don't need to read that nasty stuff. We shouldn't comment about other people's bodies unsolicited like that. even if it's a compliment. Like, I heard a lady on, well, not heard, I read a lady on Instagram comment on Ogre's thigh gap. And she was like, she was jealous of Ogre's thigh gap. And it's just like, he's probably super self conscious about that, dear. I don't think Ogre is like jumping up and down. Woohoo! I have a thigh gap. I don't think he's like, ooh, that's not something you should celebrate. You should celebrate people for being comfortable in their bodies, not for being paper thin. And you know, not that it's a bad thing. Like I said, I love Ogre and I think he looks amazing. But that's the thing. The lady just going celebrating the fact that he has a thigh gap, and that's kind of objectifying as well. That's kind of rude. Ogre has so much more than a thigh gap. He has like a big gap in his arms for hugging people very tightly. Like, he's a kind and loving human, and you could focus on that. Maybe that'd be a little bit less shitty. I just don't like people sometimes. I'm ready for that spaceship. Ian and I are building a spaceship, by the way. If anyone wants to join us and help us in our construction of that spaceship, please do. Please do. Today I made an exception. I'm not wearing a skinny puppy shirt. I'm wearing a She Passed Away shirt because all my skinny puppy shirts are dirty. I have to wash them. All right, difficult subject over for now. We're gonna move on to something a little bit more light. But a few years ago, 2019 actually, is when I saw She Passed Away. It's kind of dark, wavy, gothy band. Just a lot of synths and a lot of bass. That sort of band. And it has a lot of post punk ish kind of shades to it, depending on the album. But it's kind of that gothy vibe, and it's a very popular band of the genre. And it's a Turkish band, but they came to Montreal in 2019, and then after that, they came quite a few times, but I've not been able to see them since then. But I don't think I will. It was a great show and I enjoyed it very much. But right now, like, my financial situation doesn't allow me to see a lot of shows. Like I said, I really wanted to see Ministry and Frontline Assembly on Sunday, but I don't think that will take place, unfortunately. Maybe I prefer a miracle, but I do have, sadly, other priorities. If it was Skinny Puppy, I would definitely go because favorite band, and I cannot live without Skinny Puppy. I live, eat, breathe, and sleep Skinny Puppy. That's all I ever do and think about is Skinny Puppy all the time. But yeah, I really wanted to see Frontline Assembly, especially Ministry. I'm kind of just like, yeah, it's good band to have seen, but it's not like a favorite of mine by no means. I know a few songs, but I don't really listen to it. But Frontline Assembly, I actively listen. And like, if anyone is watching and knows about those bands, let me know. Because within my friend group, the only one I know who really listens to that and knows about it is Dawn. So I know Dawn used to listen to Skinny Puppy in her younger years. Yeah. But yeah, Frontline Assembly is also a Canadian band, by the way. And Bill Leib, the frontman, used to be in Skinny Puppy. He was for a short while, and then they split. They split up, and he formed Frontline Assembly, which is a little bit more his vibe. You know, he's a very creative and hardworking guy, and he has a very specific flavor to his stuff that maybe didn't match Skinny Puppy that well, but everyone is still friends, and yeah, he goes to their shows, and he's friends with Kevin. So you know, and of course they're friends because they're doing Cyberactive together, which is great. Their new album came out in February. I talk about that a lot actually, but their new album Endgame came out recently. I'm telling you, you should listen to that. It's good. It's different from what you would hear normally, I guess, if you're not really into that type of stuff. You need some new goth music. You were raised by older goths. Yeah. Everything I listen to outside of Skinny Puppy is 80s goth. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's always the same songs over and over. But yeah, I don't really know new ones. I mean, I know the very basic one. You might want to check out Vision Video though. They're a goth band and they're quite politically active and they're awesome. So yeah, check out Vision Video. I watch a lot of their Instagram reels and whatnot, and Dusty the Goth Dad is pretty cool and very opinionated. And just a kind dude. He's also in the Skinny Puppy Facebook group. I see him comment sometimes. It's quite funny. He gets shitted on a lot, and he's very humoristic about it. Like he's able to make fun of himself and make fun of others who are trying to make fun of him. He's really great for that. And like within the three bands that were playing this Sunday, the only one I really didn't mind about was Gary Newman. Like his stuff is okay, but I've never really been a Gary Newman super fan. Like it's just it will be good music to dance to or scream to, or well, not really scream to. I will most likely be out of breath with Frontline and Ministry. But the main thing I would do is like dance my heart out, get rid of my feet. Like my feet would fall off if I go see them. I like Frontline very much so. Yeah, I'm happy how this is turning out because I've not had, like I said, I've not had the yellow be at the top in this pattern before. So it had like stripes, and I think I have enough to make three cats with this. My shipment from Amazon is coming on Monday, supposedly, unless it gets delivered over the weekend or something, but it's supposed to come Monday. I got free shipping. I was like, meh. I don't really fancy Amazon Prime, to be honest with you. Like, I don't have any use for that. I have my parents' Netflix, so I don't know what I'd do. And I don't want to pay a subscription just for that. And it's like They're offering me to pay $4.90 for the first month, but then after that, I don't really have the money to pay for the rest. So I'm like, yeah, it's not really worth the hassle, you know. You used to go to goth night. Yeah, me too. Oh, at the local gay bar. I've been to one um goth night in a gay bar, and I wish I've been to more. I've been to a few gay bars in my life, but you know, I've not had the opportunity. Because people are really mean nowadays in gay bars. Because if you're like an NB or something, or you're bi or something like that, like some people are really mean to you, and that sucks. Like I just don't want to face that. I'm queer as well, and I don't have to justify it. I wish I could just like get with my people who are like me, don't really fit in any label, and kind of feel like a misfit wherever they are, you know? Because that's what I am. I don't fit in anywhere. Like I fit into the trans umbrella because I'm different from my assigned gender at birth. I'm an in between. I'm not even in between. I'm just outside of gender completely. But to people, I'm just a person pretending. Like, and my sexuality is weird. I've dated mostly straight men. I've dated a trans woman, and I've had like things with women, but never really a relationship. But like people make assumptions out of that, and I'm just like, dude, I'm me. That's all. I'm me, and I'm trying to figure that out. You know. So that's kind of hard, but yeah, I want to go more into bars and things one day. Maybe you weren't there in your 20s and everyone was in their 40s. You had unwanted advances. That sucks. I hate that. You know what? That one time I went to a gay bar, like that wasn't an event or anything. That was just like to go out. It was for a friend's birthday. And my boyfriend at the time got hit on so much because he has the profile of a twink. And he got hit on so much. And he was so uncomfortable. And he was like, I'm not gay, I'm not gay, I'm not gay. And it was so funny. I was like, oh my dude, you have no idea what you look like, huh? And yeah, it sucked because obviously people not respecting your boundaries always suck. But for him, it was just he was being a little bit homophobic. That's what the thing was. That's why it was so funny about his reaction. Yeah, they're not inherently bad, but it's tough at the time. Yeah, dancing in peace is so underrated. It is so good to just be left alone to dance and just dance with all your passion. That's like the best thing. No fats, no fam, no minorities. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's so annoying. It's the worst. Like people look at you like you're kind of an alien if you look anything different than what they are, and it's just like, dude, I'm a queer, I'm the original intended meaning of the word queer. I'm weird. That's what I am. I'm odd and different from the masses. I'm not unqueer just because I'm this. I'm not fitting anything. I'm not presenting femme, I'm not presenting mask, I'm presenting human. But anyone else, let us know if you've had experiences around that. Because Ian and I obviously are queer, so we've had quite a few life experiences around that stuff. But I'd be curious to know if anyone else among my viewers has ever been to a gay club or something, or has had encounters and wants to talk about it. Like, I'm a curious person. I like to know stuff like that. So if you want to talk about it, feel free. We will have a civilized discussion, please. Hopefully. But yeah. I don't know exactly how many I've made of this neon cat specifically, but it's gonna be like around 5 now, and with that, it'll be like more like 8. So if anyone wants to order something in a different color, please. I'm saying this jokingly, but Ian is a queer though. I love that. That's awesome, Ian. I kind of want to know if certain people have replied to certain things I've sent them. Ian knows what I'm talking about. But goodness, my some things are not going along very well right now, and I'm kind of frustrated about that. I'm not gonna go into too much details, but yeah, like I work hard, and sometimes, like I said, things, anything that you do craft related, especially when you have a small business, is a little bit thankless, and it's a little bit just like difficult. And sometimes you just want to get on, and because you have things to do simply, and like things just keep piling up, and it gets so overwhelming because like you do your best, but it seems like the world just puts things in your way all the damn time, and that is hard. So yeah, I've had like I talk about it sometimes, but but Ian is a queer though. That is amazing. Keep that forever. We'll have a good chuckle at people who come in and don't understand what it's about. That should be your second channel, maybe. Ian is a queerdo. I wish that name changes in real life. I don't mean like channel, but I wish they were easier on people and like not so administrative y. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of paperwork and things and procedures and legal blah blah blah, and that's making it so difficult to queer people to just do something that is very affirming and life changing to them, because you have to consider so many aspects before you do a name change. You can't just go, hey, I like this name, I'm gonna change it. No, you have to, first of all, you have to really be sure that this specific one is the name you want. And then after that, like, it's also hard in your personal life. People aren't making that any easier. People have been bothering me about not changing my name. Like, people keep calling me by my dead name because they assume since I've not changed legally, it means I'm not serious about it and they can still call me whatever they feel most comfortable with. But really, it's just so overwhelming and hard to change your name that I've just not done it because I don't have the energy. I don't have any bit of energy to spare on that, and it doesn't matter to me what my government name is because that's not my real name. My real name is Winter, and Winter is the name I feel comfortable with. And if someone doesn't feel comfortable calling me Winter, I don't feel comfortable having them in my life. But I just wish that the world would facilitate that change for us and just make it so we can be who we want. And like a name change is a need for a trans person and for even a lot of cis people who just have faced a lot of very difficult things in their life and just need not to be associated with it anymore. And I know it's a legal thing and blah blah, but at the end of the day, you're facilitating so many things for trans people that it would be worth it to review the rethink maybe the legal process for name changes. And like it's different in Canada where I live. I can do it once for free. With an organization, they do that for free. You just bring them your paperwork and they'll send it to the right place and it's paid for. You don't have to give anything, but and they do that with the sex marker change on your charts and things. But there was a law project to bring an other mention, but they removed that. Our current government in Quebec doesn't want it to happen, so our PM decided that he wants to counter that. He doesn't want the other mention to be applied. He's a little bit of a shithead, by the way, I'm gonna say that. But yeah, I just really wish it was easier to be ourselves. Like I could go to that organization and just give them my papers, but and after that, I have to go personally and go with every government institution, every website I'm on. I have to change my okay, it's gonna sound stupid, but I have to change my name on PayPal and I have to prove my identity over again, so I have to send them all the new ID and everything. And you have to do that for every single website. It is a lot. Like, that's a process that will take months. And I just don't have juice for that. I'll change my name to Winter where I can, like, on Skip the Dishes. They don't bother me with my legal name because they don't care. They just, hey, an order for Winter. And I'm just like, hi, I'm Winter. Give me my fries, you know? I don't really use that much, but I have while I was sick because I needed to get food and I couldn't um, go in person. Oh, god damn it. Let me just figure this out before I do that. There's something wrong with this. I'm sorry, it's like I did a stitch wrong somewhere and now I'm mad. Okay, let me just figure out before I read the chat because I don't know where I am right now. Okay, I'm at row 21. Just give me a second. I'm just gonna go turn down the heaters because it's really hot in here. Okay, they're all the way up to like 25 degrees, and I'm just like, what the heck? Easy to be trans. Where is it easy? It's not easy. It's tough. Oh, I wasn't there. Might watch the replay if it's still up. But I've not seen that. But goodness, people are like, what is the big issue? And they're just like, everything is the big issue, dude, or person, or whatever. Everything is the big issue. It's tough. It's a lived experience that nobody understands. Yeah, it costs money in the US and requires a lot of, yeah. Fingerprints. Oh, yeah, that's the worst thing. Like, even here, I'd have to do that, I think. I'm not even sure. But I don't want to get fingerprinted. It's like just a premise to cops mishandling trans people. And, like, as soon as anything is going on, they'll have your fingerprints, and maybe you're in trouble with other people who want to harm you, and you're gonna get punished for that because they have your fingerprints, you know. But yeah, that stuff is true, and it's scary. If you ever change your name, you would have to pay a lawyer. Yeah, it's tough. You have two birth certificates because your parents couldn't decide on your name. Your name is Baby. Baby, that's original. The idea of getting another, yeah, that would be a hassle for sure. It's just like, I agree with you. I don't know why people think it's easy to be trans. Everything is set up to hurt us and to go against us. Like, nothing wants to help. Everyone is just like, why don't you just be you? But we're trying to, that's the thing. Okay, let's finish this part before I go insane again and miscount again. I keep doing that. You don't want people having your finger. Yeah, no, me neither. It scares me. You're always when you're marginalized, no matter what it is. If you're a person of color, if you're queer, if you're neurodivergent, because neurodivergence is a way to be marginalized. Believe me when I say that. Like, it keeps you from getting jobs, and it stigmatizes you for life. But every time you're uh, going with the legal system for whatever, you're always the one they're gonna be looking at, even if you're the one asking for a service. If someone hurts you, you have to report that. They're gonna question your word just because you're queer, or just because you're autistic, just because you're marginalized in some way. They're gonna put that into question because you don't fit their narrative of who you should be. And it's harmful, and it makes things way harder than they should be. And I apologize, this is quite a hard subject right now. But it's also like, I'm trying to approach this in a gentle enough way. So let me know if it gets too intense. But like, I also don't want to police myself and how I talk about this, because it touches me and my lived experience as a trans person, as a queer human, as a neurodivergent human. But yeah. Yeah, be gay, do crime. Exactly. You can't do the crime. Yeah, but the crime is to be gay itself, isn't it? Like we're gonna go to hell, Ian. We're going to hell because we're gay. That's what's happening. If you didn't know, all the queerness in the world. Or we could just become salamanders. I don't even know what that is in English, but they don't have fingerprints. But we could become lizards and just avoid that. And we could change color, regrow limbs. That'd be great. And the government would just be even more suspicious of us. It was about an analysis of the. Oh, yeah, that. Oh, I'm gonna watch that for sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you know, actually, that the Republicans are actively paying the transitioners to go on platforms and talk about their experience in a very biased way? Like they're paid to say that the system is abusing them and forced them to transition and they were made uncomfortable. They're actually paid for that. So it's like very dishonest whenever people go on panels like that and talk in that way about the transition. Because I know the transitioners in real life and I've not heard any single one of them bash trans people for being trans. All of them understand that, like, if that's really you, well, there's no arguing about that. Like, you're struggling and all, but none of them are actively hating on trans people, those who haven't been paid. And it's starting to happen in Quebec as well. Parents of a detransition teen, well, actually, just the mother. The dad wasn't there, probably not comfortable being on TV talking about the trans teen and blah blah blah. But they brought it. They brought in a journalist who investigated transition clinics and everything like that, and they just kept pushing the narrative that it's going way too fast and everything. But of course, it's gonna go fast if you go private, because our health system is largely public, like we have free healthcare and whatnot, but we also have private clinics because a lot of people need care and they can afford it, so they go for that and it's quicker and everything. But of course it's gonna be quick if you go private, like you're paying for this service. But yeah, they were investigating and saying all kinds of things, and one person even worded that they thought it was too quick for adults too. How is it too quick for an adult? Like, even if you're, no matter why you're transitioning, even if you're not trans in your mind, but you want to have the body, like, that's up to you and that's your decision to live with as an adult. And if someone is questioning that, that's on them, that's their own insecurities. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I'm fine with hearing about SA. It's difficult, but I'm able to. There are subjects that are much more difficult for me, at least. But thank you for the warning. Okay, right now I'm at the part where I start to make the head, so we're gonna go ahead and stuff the plushie. Um, the thing I struggle the most about hearing about those subjects is when they're depicted like in a movie in a scene or something, but hearing about it is okay for the most part. Like when I watched 13 Reasons Why, everyone was making a fuss about the unaliving scene. And by the way, I saw the original scene because I looked for it. It was removed. They removed the actual bathtub scene. I'm not gonna go into too much detail about that, but the main struggles I had with were with the SA scenes that were very graphic. Just if you're intending on ever watching that, just know that the SA scenes are very intense and they're difficult to watch, and you're gonna feel bad. So, but yeah, that's what I struggled the most with. I'm just gonna say that. I'm not gonna go into too more. I'm not gonna go into more details about it, but yeah, it's just tough. It's tough. But yeah, and my very short-lived experience as queer, because I've not been out for that long. I've been out for like 2 years or something. Like it just seems like the world always wants to be against you. And you find people who are standing with you. And that's the most precious thing in the world. Like I have a level of love for my community that reaches like sky high levels because I've had the opposite as well, and you just get so much more attached to the people who are on your side when the whole world is against you, and you have to stand up for each other because no one else will do anything, you know. You just take it as very precious when someone's there. And I think that's a very real thing that we have to talk about more, that we have our community and we love each other because we're not alone. We have to not forget that because a lot of the time it seems like we're alone. And like sometimes people, even within the queer community, will say things that will hurt you and make you feel alone and will clash with your own beliefs. Because there are a lot of people who are queer and are conservative. And while that doesn't make any sense to me, because I'm just like, how can you not want people to be themselves and be who they are? And if you yourself are queer, that's weird to me. But like to them, it makes sense, and that's how they live their whole lives, and that's how they think, and they feel threatened by a lot of things, and I understand why they feel this way, because they've been shitted on, chat on by people, I guess, and you just want to fit in, you want to be accepted, and that's why there are so many conservative people who are queer. Yeah, it is difficult to accept, but also I have a lot of empathy for that. Like where I don't like it is when they hurt the community, and I won't stand for it. I won't let it happen. But I'm just saying that we need to stop like um bashing each other, and we need to like focus on bashing those who are actively against us as a whole community, because like I know the eternal cliche that they're hurting us and destroying us, so we need to stop thinking about petty shit. And I'm not saying that the petty shit isn't important. Of course, there are many problematic things that need to be pointed out within our own movement. I just wish we wouldn't tear each other down. for it. That's the only thing. Jan Dodger. Oh yeah, I know that one. I saw the post on the Facebook group Army of Weirdos. Yeah, me too. Yeah, because we all have very different perspectives when it comes to that. Like, I'm talking to a trans woman who's quite a conservative right now, from a dating app, and that we're having good political discussions, but she's a way more right than I am, and by right I mean the political side. I don't mean like in morality, but and I'm more left leaning. I'm a radical leftist, but we're having discussions and respecting each other, so that's possible. Just so you know, but yeah, yeah. I sometimes people just don't want to have a conversation, and that's because their morals and their selves are like their ego are so fragile that they can't stand to have it questioned. It feels like their whole world is collapsing. That's why it happens. That's why people get so scared of anything that goes against them, because they feel like it's an attack on them and that it's gonna erase them as a person. That's what they're reacting to. It's simply an ego response, and it's very sad because that is what is tearing the whole world apart. Look at that. I really like the body so far. But yeah, that's what's tearing the whole world apart right now. Is people being little babies. That is why. That is what. I'm kind of figuring out now that there is more yellow than other colors in this pattern. Because you see how the body is mostly green and yellow here, but here it's stripes. So I'm gonna have a giant yellow head. That's what's gonna happen. That's okay. It's okay, but it's just funny. It's just funny to me. I'm gonna see how it looks. But you're right, Ian. Like, having discussions, even with misunderstandings, it's what keeps us a whole community together as a community. I'm sorry. I ate pepperoni sandwiches, and that's why I'm burping right now. Oh, but yeah, humanity is hard, people. Oh yeah, by the way, yesterday I was tired. I didn't crochet much, but I did one Easter egg in yellow, and I'm gonna do one in pink here. And then after that, I have enough leftovers. I'm gonna do pink and yellow stripes. So just look at this one. It's pretty cute. Your parents are radical conservative. Oh my goodness. That makes for interesting time. Yeah, that's a tough question. But yeah, I get it. My dad is pretty conservative, and it clashes. He's actively anti-immigration, and I can't talk to him about trans rights. He just says, "We're a family. Stop letting people say things about you." And I'm just like, Dad, people are trying to destroy my person. Like they're trying to actively remove my rights. I'm gonna fight back. They got mad and they accused you of being a single issue voter? What? That's your life on the line. That's not a single issue. What the heck? Single issue voter. Those people just don't want to understand, I guess. And it's not just against your parents, but like, when my dad is just like, yeah, but my dad likes to say, yeah, but blah blah blah, whatever. And it's always something that invalidates me whenever he says that. And he always likes to say that we think differently to him because we're defying him and we're disrespecting him. My dad is he's an undiagnosed narcissist. I can tell you because I know him well, and I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying that. It's been like a whole life thing. It's not. I'm not saying this lightly. I'm not saying this because I have things against him. I'm not saying this lightly at all. Um, but yeah, my dad is he has a lot of issues, and he's not willing to work on them because he thinks he's owed respect and he's owed like a certain way of being around him. He feels like anytime you think differently or say anything else than him, you're just being mean to him and disrespectful. Again, I'm not gonna talk about the specific story on this channel because it's a very heavy topic, and I've run into problems before in my life for talking about it openly. But yeah, if you say anything to my dad, he will get like massively angry, and he'll try to hurt you. It's not gonna be good. He's gonna lash out very bad because he feels very insecure about himself. But yeah. Oh shiz. I'm sorry you had to go through that too, Ian. It's tough. But we have I'm more okay now because we have each other. I have friends that I care about and I know are here for me. And I hope it's the same for you too. Like having a family and people that really love you, and by family I mean people who are there for you, not necessarily blood related, but just loving, kind individuals who want the best for you, you know. That just makes it better to accept that I'm never gonna have a dad who genuinely loves me and supports me. He's always gonna do it out of ego, you know. It's always gonna be his way. It's gonna always gonna be for him and with his perspective and with an agenda in mind, you know. Yeah. Nightbot is reminding you of my Ko-fi link. So if anyone is watching and you have the possibility to help out with bills, a huge thank you. Like obviously it's not, you don't have to, but I just want to say I appreciate you, and I appreciate everyone for commenting and being here. But a big special thank you to the lovely people who have donated this month. I just want everyone to know, like, I have such supporting, loving friends. I just really want to thank the people who have done that because I know, like, times are hard and we're all struggling. And like I said, people who are just here talking and supporting in different ways, that's just as much appreciated, you know. I'm thankful for what I have. I'm thankful for the community, and I know that sometimes I don't always express that in the best way, maybe, but I have lovely friends. I'm blessed. I don't really believe in blessings in the same way most people would. I'm religious, but I'm not a Christian, and I don't really believe in all that stuff, but I just believe that I have a lot of things I'm thankful for. Oh, I just got tagged by 20,000 people. Oh, oh, Belladonna just shared my little weeps that I made for them. Mm. Oh, I'm happy. That's awesome. And we are following back. Yeah, for those who don't know, check out my friend Belladonna. Their Instagram is Web of Weeps. This here. But there is Weeps, and there is the Crochet Weeps. And mine ended up slightly bigger, apparently. But look at that. Oh, that's adorable. And I had made. Hi, Shirley. Welcome in. How are you doing? Yeah. Yeah. Listen to Ian. We need to build a spaceship. Yeah, Ian and I are building a spaceship because we're tired of human beings. I'm so happy. Oh. Our, it ended up massively bigger, but it's okay because I didn't have the dog physically in front of me, so that was tough. You're doing well. Oh, thank you. By the way, it is a pattern by Tanya Corbeil. I'm gonna link that. Just give me a second here so I can get the Etsy thing. I apologize if I burp again. I've been burping a lot. I think this should be the full link. Let me know if that's well. Yeah, okay, that's the right pattern. But I've been making a lot of medium ones and the smaller one as well. There is three patterns: a small and medium and a big. I've not made the big one yet, but I might one day. I'm not quite sure, but I've had a lot of orders for this neon one using red heart bright stripe. This here. And I have quite a bit left, but I ordered some more from Amazon because I'm running out. I have a tiny, like I have leftovers from a small skein from long ago that I'm gonna use for this order as well. But yeah, I appreciate that everyone's going crazy about my kitties. I'm gonna take a picture with like all of them once I'm done. But I have three to make. They're exactly the same. What time is it, by the way? Oh, it's just 12 something. I'm gonna have to go to the post office today because I have like a thing to put in the mailbox, and I'm doing better. I'm not showing on the tests anymore, and like I think that my remaining throat issues are just like allergy based because like I've been testing and I'm gonna continue testing, but I'm not positive or anything, and I don't have any other symptoms. I just have a little bit of a sore throat, but like I cough sometimes just from allergies. So, and it's been a while. I've been feeling good for a few days now, so gonna be able to start doing things again, and that's exciting. I'm so happy I'm not sick anymore. It was tough. It's gonna say that it was tough. For those who don't know, who are just joining us, I had COVID, and for a solid 2 weeks and a half, I was like miserable. It got bad. We're back now, I feel like. I don't get any fever anymore or anything. Just really just had a few coughs, and yeah, like I said, right now I also have allergies because I ate some things that I'm allergic to, and things that I had a lot of wheat in them, and I'm allergic to wheat now. And yeah, so I ate a lot of that, and I've been just a little bit, you know. Your wife is so super fam, and she burps like Homer Simpson. That's adorable. I'm unable to stop myself when I burp. A lot of people can control that, but for some reason, I could never. I was never able to control my burping. No matter how hard I try, it just comes out. I love Bright Stripe. I don't like Super Saver. I think it's scratchy and it's annoying to me. But that one I love. That one I'm always gonna use, no matter how scratchy it is. Oh, you made the bunny in that color. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's a cute name too. That's awesome. I bet she was really happy about that. But yeah, it's one of my favorite colorways. And yeah, I ordered two more giant skeins of it, so I'm gonna be able to make more plushies with it. Oh, sorry, I burped again. Yesterday, I received a message from a person who ordered something from me, and when I was sick, I got someone to deliver that for me since I couldn't come anywhere near packages and stuff. The person messaged me to say it hadn't arrived yet, and so I checked it, and it was still in transit. It was just taking its sweet time, because you know how it is sometimes. Canada Post can be a little bit weighty, you know. But I told them, just wait a few days, and they seemed happy with that so far. So we're gonna hope it arrives quickly. And today, what I'm shipping is another order for that person. So yeah. You feel like you should. like get more because it works up nice. Yeah, in the skeins it's like a big mess. But I feel like it's maybe because the colors are touching in a way that is more like chaotic, maybe. But when it's worked up, like the colors follow up so nicely. Like this is cute, but this is a mess. This is not pretty. I get what you mean. What you mean? It's totally justified. Yeah, I'm gonna take that off because right now it is getting really hot. I'm torn between having my fingers freeze and dying from heat from having something on my back because I have to keep my core hot, and that's what's keeping my limbs okay and not freezing. My hands are like super sensitive to that, as I have a bunch of joint issues and things. I'm so happy that my friend Belladonna is happy about the dog. They had not posted about it in a while, and I had wondered if they were gonna and if they were already satisfied about their order. And sometimes, like, you don't get feedback, and it's just like it was a very big order, so I was worried that maybe I had done something's wrong. But to get feedback, I'm just like, sometimes as a creator, it's tough. You downplay yourself a lot, and you get insecure about things. But I know that what I do is good, and I believe in my talent. I just have moments sometimes, like from people not believing in me, and I have a residue on that, and it still affects me. I inspire you with how I use self striping. Yeah, it is intimidating, but I just I do it because I really really love weird colorways and things. But I'm glad that that inspires you. But sometimes it ends up failing miserably, and I had an example of that recently. Let me go get that real quick. But I modified it now and it's fine. But okay, let's get it. So the color striping in the Halloween, the Earthner's Halloween sparkle, is very long, and that's what it ended up like. And at first, I did the edges with the same yarn, so it had like a long thread of yellow, and then it shifted to white, and it looked weird. But now it kind of looks better with just the black. Like it could be better if I had spread out the thing around it more evenly, but I still like it, and I think it's cute. I think it looks like a sad bunny. It's adorable. But yeah, it's like my ugly duckling, because it's imperfect, but it also has that little adorable face. So it kind of just an ugly duckling. Yeah, it makes everything better. It's a scientific fact, and it's a goth fact too. And I'll just sit my bottom down again. Yeah, what was I doing? But yeah, I ordered 2 skeins of that stuff here that I'm working with, and then a pack of buttons because I have to make plushies with buttons, and I don't have any more left, so I just needed black buttons. I have a lot of reds and whites. No, I don't have whites anymore. I don't know. Well, I have some, but they're not like proper whole buttons. They're just like decorative ones. But I don't have any more black left, and so the pack I got was black and white buttons, and it was like 160 pack from Amazon, and it was $10. So that's what I got, and I'm gonna be able to make cute scary faces. So that's a win. Yeah. And I was right about that. I need to put back the hoodie, not the hoodie, the cardigan. Pardon me. This was the very first cardigan I made, and it's peeling massively, but it's just a bunch of acrylic, and it's just like solid colored regular granny squares in gray, black, and red. And yeah, it just has cuffs like this in black and red around the border. So I like that. That's my first one ever. I have a bunch of cardigan whips that I've just never worn. You don't know how pastel goths survive? Well, I wear a lot of colors, so I'm gonna give you a little hint about that. I wear a lot of bright colors, sparkly things, because obviously I make sparkly things with yarn, and I don't know, it just makes me happy to wear all that crazy stuff, to be honest with you. But I couldn't wear pastels, I couldn't do it. I just don't feel like it would fit my personality personally. If you've ever made a zombie cat from Tanya's pattern, let me know what size you did. Because I don't think a lot of my subscribers have done it, but I'm curious. Because I seem to see online the medium being like the most popular one. That's the one I'm making right now. But I also want to know others' experience. For me, the smaller one is easier to make. It's quicker, and like I can finish up like 2 or 3 in a day, basically. So, Shirley, you mentioned you made a bunny for your granddaughter that was zombified. Have you made some other fun stuff? Have you made some other zombie stuff or something like that? I'm always curious. As far as zombie animals, I've made quite a bit of them. I've made zombie dogs, I've made zombie bunnies, I've made zombie cats, I've made regular zombies, and I have plans to make a zombie duck. And I kind of have to, because that one is a sentimental piece. For those who know, and those who are new will not know about this, so it will be new for you to hear about. But I talk a lot on this channel about when I went to see Skinny Puppy, my favorite band, and I went twice in 2023 last year during their final tour, and I made them gifts, and I made a zombie dog for Ogre, a zombie cat for Kevin, and I gave a bunch of other stuff to the live band. Justin got a zombie bunny. Matthew got a big bat, like a big giant bat. Hi Zach, welcome in. But yeah, Matthew got a big bat, and Dustin got an eyeball sort of thing. It was creepy, and yeah, I just made them creepy stuff, and I also made a crazy hat for Ogre, which I don't know if he liked it. I will probably never know, but because I wasn't there when he got it, I got someone else to gift it to him because I couldn't bring all that on the plane. So the guys, most of them got their gifts when I wasn't there. Um, the zombie dog, I had the chance to give it to him in person in the spring, but yeah, all the other ones. But I want to make a zombie duck because they had a previous member who passed away when I was way too young to stand, but he's still a person that I very much admire and look up to because I've seen a lot of videos of him and I've heard a lot of his musical stuff, and it's Dwayne. I'm talking about Dwayne. For those who know Skinny Puppy, he was an early member, and he passed away in the 90s, and he's known as a duck, and I want to make him a zombie duck because that's, and probably will send it to his sister because she keeps an Instagram page for him and his memories and all that. So I kind of want her to have something because I made something for all the guys, but I've not made anything for Dwayne, and I feel bad about that. I wish I could have given someone a zombie duck, and I want to write a pattern. I want to make it, and yeah, it's gonna be like a little hey, there's for you, Dwayne. You know, you matter to me, even if you're not here. You know, I know it's sentimental, but yeah. How are you doing today, Zach? What have you been up to? Just making cats, and I keep making them. Mm. Maybe I will keep the zombie duck. I don't know. You just ate spicy noodles. Hmm. Your butt doesn't like them. Yeah, I don't handle anything spicy in no way, shape, or form. I am made to be a wimp. I'm a little bit of a wimp, I'm not gonna lie. Do you ever just have a black hair running through your yarn? I have black hair, so. Well, now it's kind of brown because I don't really keep it. I don't do the upkeep. I don't have money to dye it, basically. If you want to sponsor my hair dyeing journey, go ahead. But yeah, I'm just joking, but I have other things to pay than hair. I do it myself, by the way, so it's not like a big expense. It's just like I prioritize other things. That's pretty much it. But I keep like having those strands of hair mixed in with this bright colored yarn. And it's just like I don't think the customer would be too happy about that, so I kinda have to frog sometimes when I notice it, or at least kind of tweeze it out. Sit, sit, sit. Oh, hydration reminder. Coffee for food, hair, and spaceships. Of course, Ian, never forget. You're sponsoring our spaceship program if you're donating to my Kofi. We're all gonna go to another planet and we're gonna have way much more fun there. People, Peppa Pig? Why is Peppa Pig appearing? What have you been watching, Zach? Have you been watching kids show? Maybe that's why. Don't know. See, now Nightbot is awake. It's doing its job again. Thank you, Nightbot, for reminding us that I'm autistic and I have meltdowns sometimes. Uh, See, all the reminders all at once. You were watching Peppa Pig. I don't think I've ever watched it really, to be honest with you. Like, maybe I caught it on TV once or twice and like saw 5 minutes of it and was pissed and changed the channel. I've never liked. I don't think I've ever enjoyed Peppa Pig. But I love a lot of child cartoons. I'm not even ashamed of that. But not Peppa for some reason. I can't deal with her. And I don't know why. Because I love, love, love. I have a passion for Maggie and the Ferocious Beast. Like, even as an adult, I could watch that show and I would cry like a child just because of the nostalgia. If you don't know, Maggie and the Ferocious Beast was aired in Canada for basically my whole childhood. And so that was a time, you know. But yeah, it's just like I'm nostalgic of so many things. I'm a person who gets into so much nostalgia and things. I keep thinking about things I've seen in the past, and maybe I'm a little bit too much in the past, but it always just feels good. I'm so happy to have. I keep getting tagged in posts now because Belladonna basically mentioned me in all their platforms. I'm happy. Uh, I'm happy about it. I made the customer happy, so I'm always like super hyped when that happens. Guess what is stuck in my head right now? The Oompa Loompa song. You know the Oompa Loompa song that someone covered and made into another thing, and that's always on reels and shorts, stuck in loops in my head. I'm gonna be right back. Just give me a second. I have a pressing issue to solve with my hair. So, humans of the internet, let us know what song is stuck in your head. Let us know what's stuck in your head. Maybe that will remove the Oompa Loompa song from up here. That would be great. I'm counting on you to relieve me of this pain. It's stuck in my head. Come on, we want to know. We're not gonna judge you, and if someone judges you, I'm gonna judge them. We have a lot more things to judge than that. And I'm curious, so I want to know, and I'm probably gonna bug you. Uh, Now we're at the 2 hour mark, and I'm just gonna keep streaming for a little bit, but I don't know how long I will be because it's already 1. I have to go to the mailbox and I have to do things and finish this. So you watched a thunderstorm episode of it. Oh, I don't know what that is, but please do explain. But we are not judging you. I bet a lot of us have done far worse than that, so it's fine. I watch totally weird things sometimes, so. No, I've been rewatching Ned's Newt, which was a cartoon that aired in the 90s. Oh, I asked what songs people had in their head. Like what songs were stuck in people's heads. Cuz I had the Oompa Loompa song stuck and I want to get it unstuck, but I don't want something worse to take its place. So that was watching reels, well, no, not reels, but videos of that annoying guy who does like comparison of song covers and all that. And I don't like this guy, by the way, but I was just stuck in a loop of watching his videos, and so a bunch of stuff would just stay stuck up here, and yeah, I'm not so pleased about that, but now I want to get rid of it, and it won't get away. You're going to speed up to record the video while I have. Yeah, go ahead. Have a good record session, Ian, and thank you for coming. You had the little lamb stuck. Oh my. You're glad it's gone. Yeah, I bet. Now it's stuck in my head. Mary had a big, big lamb chop. I'm just messing with you. Uh, but yeah, sometimes like the most random songs get stuck in our heads, and just like no cure. Anyway, I think I'm gonna head out too because it's been 2 hours already. But I want to say thank you, everyone, for keeping me company while I work, and thank you for watching. Like, I feel I've accomplished a lot in 2 hours with this, even if it's not really finished yet. But thank you, everyone. You've never had a lamb chop before. I have a little bit. You want 2 giveaways? Yes, I know. I saw you won a giveaway on Don's channel, right? Was it you or someone else? But congratulations on that. That's awesome. I hope you enjoy the Furl's hook and also the money, because Amazon gift cards are always cool. But thank you, everyone, for watching, and I hope you all have a good day. I'm gonna try to do some stuff and not stay on my couch all day. I really have to mail that order because, like, I keep procrastinating on that. And now that I'm okay and I'm not like super sick anymore, I can do things again. But yeah, thanks everyone, and enjoy your day. Have good hydration, have good food, have good rest. Whatever you need to make you happy and healthy. And we're gonna see each other soon. I might stream again this weekend. Who knows? If I do manage to make it to that show, if the tickets become very reasonably priced and I manage to make it, I will talk to you all about that. And I don't think I will, but like in the very slim chance that it happens, like I would be super happy. But you know, But yeah, I hope everyone is doing fantastic, and bye. I'm just thankful for my life right now. So bye everyone.